What's up, guys? My name's Jordan, and I'm doing a demo on grouping and some of my workflow in Procreate Dreams. So yeah, let's get into it. So right here I have my regular 4-frame animation, and I'm just going to show you guys how to group it real quick. And I apologize for the unregistered that is on my screen. That is just part of my software that I'm using to record. But yeah, so you're just going to click this button right here, the one that's blinking red right now. And once it's on red, you are going to drag across your screen with your pen, not your finger, whatever you want to group. And you're going to hold down on one of the panels of that group that you're trying to group, and you click group. And now it is one entity, so to speak. And then you can go in, unclick this red thing again. I'll call that the grouping button. And you can edit your individual layers of that group, or individual frames of that group, while it's still in that group. If you try to draw on the group, it's just going to say you can't paint on the group, obviously. So for the purpose of grouping, I would say there's a lot of purposes, but sometimes you have to play it by how your workflow has been through your project. So you have a maximum limit of a certain number of groups. I think it depends on your storage and your iPad. It can be between 100 and 200 subgroups before Procreate will say that it can't render other than in Dreams format, which is not good. So you want to limit your grouping. But another thing is I'm actually going to ungroup this, because one of the big things that I learned in Dreams so far is that you don't want to, if you want to make a loop of something, you do not want to group it. So instead you're going to use your grouping tool again, and you're going to highlight, but you're not going to group, you're going to copy, and then you're going to come to where you want the loop to start again and paste, so that you limit how much grouping you're doing. And then if you want the loop to go on for a long time, you can highlight that doubled up group and keep pasting it, so on and so forth, like this. And that way you're not wasting groups, instead of making a group and then doubling it and then grouping that, and then you have a bunch of subgroups and you're at your limit before you even started animating. Learn from experience. And I'm actually going to undo all that, because we have to see some other aspects of what we can do with grouping. So I'm going to copy, paste right here again, and I'm going to fill these ones, so that we have 2 layers now, one filled and one unfilled. So if I group the filled layer and I make it invisible, it goes away. And then another value of grouping is we have this little thing right here, the cut icon. What this is used for is moving or keyframing your animation and applying a filter or effect to your entire animation. So instead of applying effects to one layer, you can keyframe effects as well. So I'll delete these ones for now, I guess, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's ungroup this, and let's copy. Got about 4 seconds of our loop right here. So I guess this is a good amount of seconds to show you how keyframing and effects work like that. So once I have this whole layer grouped, I can go here, filter, I can change all of these values, I can make it a pink fire, on any of that stuff, saturation, brightness, all that. Double tap to undo. Noise, there's a bunch of that fun stuff. And opacity, a good use for this is if you want to keyframe opacity, you go there and you'll see down here you have all of these keyframed values. So right now the opacity at this value, at this keyframe, is at 0. I'm going to click it again here, turn it up to 100, and then in 1 second it'll fade in, right? And then another thing we can do is we can click the group again, move and scale, and then you'll see right here you have that move and scale keyframe right there. Let's say I want the fire to start over here, and then I want it to move over to the middle. I'm going to click right here so that it highlights in white, and then you see another keyframe right there. And I'm gonna, when I'm hovered over this keyframe, I'm gonna bring it over here to the side, and now the fire comes to the middle. And I can hold and drag and make it further away so that it's a slower effect over time. And I can copy this group, add another track, paste it, and it's the exact same keyframes, except I'm going to change the color value to yellow, or no, yellow, there we go, and I'm going to delete this keyframe, shrink it, back over here, and now we have a little fire loop. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.